Remember how developers and studios used to make those little gags in their games for the players to find, and they try to hide them in clever ways so whenever you get them it's a surprise to everybody? Well, some developers took the extra step and tried to do it the same way, except for pirates. That ship has sailed now. Studios and developers don't really care to do those kinds of things. They just want to get rid of all pirating as quick as possible, so you got like de novo DRM and stuff like that, so they don't need to do these kinds of things, which got me thinking. Studios and developers had their own anti-piracy measures, and a couple of them were actually wacky and funny. I don't want to really go into the nitty-gritty of the whole thing. No, I'm going to look at the lighthearted battles against piracy done by these studios and game devs, because piracy at the end of the day, a long time ago and in this day and age, piracy is something that will happen either way, and they used to have fun with it. They used to combat it in funny ways. Now they just, the moment they find out that you're pirating, they just get rid of you as quick as you downloading the pirated game. So I wanted to look at a couple of games that had really funny and wacky anti-piracy measures, and then I threw one in there just as a twist. The first game that I wanted to talk about was Crysis WARHEAD. Imagine all the guns in your arsenal do not shoot bullets. There is no way to change this, and from mission 1, all of your guns shoot chickens. Yes, you heard me right. Chickens. The funny part about this is the fact that you can no longer kill any of the enemies. You can only stagger them. If you were to shoot bullets, I believe there is also a melee in the game, but your bullets are now worthless, and it would basically make the game near impossible to finish. The next game is Mirror's Edge, the best parkour game on the market to this day. And what was their anti-piracy measure? Well, it's simple. What is the main objective of parkour? Well, it's to run, and run fast. But what if the main character, Faith Connors, is afraid of heights? Whenever you run and have to make a long jump by running and jumping off a plank, she loses all momentum and starts to walk the plank. Pun not intended. Which means she is not able to make any of the long jumps, even the one in the tutorial. Batman Arkham Asylum. When you think of Batman, what pops up in your mind? The suit and his utility belt. But you would think Batman would maintain them a little better. In the pirated version, Batman has what you call a tattered cape, which makes him lose the ability to glide, which makes him flap his cape like a chicken. He also has a malfunctioning grappling hook. That is supposedly randomized. The funniest part in all of this, some people thought it was a glitch, so what did they do? They actually went onto the official Batman Arkham Asylum forums and started complaining about it. We actually have a page open about that right now. Let's read it. Here we have the official Batman Arkham Asylum forum opened on the Wayback Machine, and we have the forum page post saying, "Problem with glide. Hi, I've got a problem. When it's time to use Batman's glide in the game, when I hold space, like it said, to jump from one platform to another, Batman tries to open his wing again and again instead of gliding, so he falls down in a poisoning gas. If somebody could tell me, what should I do there?" First reply, try buying the game. There is no poison gas in the demo, and the game has not been released on PC yet. And then we have a reply from someone that actually works from Eidos, the game publisher, and they said, "What Hank said, the problem you have encountered is a hook in the copy protection to catch out people who try and download cracked versions of the game for free." And then he gets hit with the most iconic and brutal quote, "It's not a bug in the game's code. It's a bug in your moral code." Yikes. Grand Theft Auto 4. If you played GTA 4, you know what happens if Niko Bellic drinks a little too much. He gets very wobbly. Now imagine Niko arrives to Liberty City already an alcoholic and never plans to get sober. That's what happens when you run a pirated copy. Yeah, if you're prone to motion sickness, get ready because I want to show you a little bit of what's happening, but yeah, this never goes away. Garry's Mod. You know, that little wacky game that uses resources and assets from games like Half-Life, Counter-Strike, and others? RDM. Well, if you were to be playing a pirated version of that game, you would get an engine error. Confused on what that meant, people would go onto the official forums and ask around what the specific error meant with the number, not knowing the string of numbers that is on the air is actually their Steam ID, which results in them outing themselves out that they're playing a pirated version of Gmod and making the lives of the devs much easier on who to ban. Now here comes the twist. Deadlock! Yeah, that's very random, just throwing in the new Valve MOBA game, and I was talking about how they stopped doing these wacky things. Well, Valve did something very funny, and I wanted to include it in this video because I can't really think of any other games that dealt with cheaters in this way. Instead of a wacky anti-piracy measure that they would put into Deadlock, Valve put a wacky anti-cheating measure. Get this, if a cheater is found in your game, their opponents get a choice. Either immediately ban the cheater and the game is forfeit, or they can choose to transform the cheater into a frog for the remainder of the game or until he leaves. Do you understand now why I wanted to put this in the video? I don't understand why studios and developers stop doing these kinds of things to battle anti-piracy, to battle anything really when it happens in-game. Everything just happens off the game, third-party softwares check, and if you're found to be using a pirated copy or something like that, you just get immediately banned and nothing extra happens. It's just been streamlined to the point there's no fun in the matter. What changed? I do not understand why we can no longer have fun punishing the wrong in a wacky and goofy way, even in a scary way. There are scary ways, but we don't really care for those, even though we just entered October. But that's not the point. My point is people are getting jaded and businessmen are putting their grubby little fingers too close to games, and they're telling people, or the developers, let's say, that there are unnecessary things to be put into games. We can just use a third-party application, program, whatever it is, to complete those problems. So what's the point in making your developers do unnecessary things? And I want to put unnecessary in quotations because unnecessary could mean a lot of things to us, and it means a lot of things to businessmen. All I gotta say is we're losing a lot of wacky and fun stuff just for the sake of not wasting time, I guess. That's literally what's happening now. And that's the end of the video. Hey, if you enjoyed it, why not like, subscribe, and in the comment section below, tell me, did I miss anything? Do you know a very fun anti-piracy measure? And if you didn't like this video, hey, I'm not gonna tell you not to dislike it. You can go right ahead. And I hope to see you here next time. See you.